when that full flow of super chilled liquid oxygen occurs. Now we can see some venting from the vehicle now, totally normal. It is that liquid oxygen just vaporizing as it comes into contact with the ambient air.
And Kate, maybe this is an opportunity, we always use the word abort. This might be a chance to let everybody know that there are abort callouts in flight that we're going to hear. Those are just heads up to the crew that says, should a contingency occur, there's different actions that'll happen at each various stage of the flight, when you're on first stage or when you're on second stage.
That's right. We should actually hear Commander Peggy Whitson calling those abort modes out as they are ascending and really getting to orbit. She is tracking everything on both her tablet as well on her leg, as well as the crew display above her head. So she is able to identify at which mode they are entering, and those modes identify basically where and what sequence Dragon would take at that point in time during the flight.
Ich hab's damals mal von der NASA
Now we're about 10 seconds away from that engine chill
Das war schon spannend.
for the first stage.
Tschüss.
Engine chill has started.
All right, right on time. We've opened the valves that are letting liquid oxygen and kerosene fuel down to the Merlin 1D engines on the first stage. Our next major activity coming up at T-minus 6 minutes approximately. We'll hear the announcement that fuel loading is complete on the first stage. And one other comment, while we were hearing the briefing to the crew at the T-minus 10 minute mark, we also heard reference to a call out that may or may not be made at T-minus 35 seconds. Many of the checkouts of the Falcon 9 are done by computer in the last minute. There is one today that requires an engineer to look at some data. If, for example, that system had an issue, that would be called out at T-minus 35 seconds. Right now, everything continues to look good, though, on Falcon 9.
Wir sind 5 Minuten und jetzt,
we also heard in the briefing that they are tracking an anvil cloud that at the time of the briefing was about 5 miles away from the pad. They are tracking it. It just needs to stay outside of 3 miles, so everything still continues to look okay on that front. The next call out that we'll hear in about 30 seconds is that Dragon has transitioned to the terminal count configuration. That's basically an indication that the Dragon spacecraft has taken over the spacecraft's countdown and will at that point be on internal power. At this point in time, RP-1 is now completely loaded, both on the first and second stages. LOX load continues on both stages. It'll wrap up at T-minus 3 minutes for first stage and T-minus 2 minutes for second stage.
Falcon 9 tanks are pressurizing for Trongwreck retract.
Pressurization call out. We are putting pressurized gas helium onto the stage in preparation for opening up the clamp arm that's around the top of the second stage. That'll happen just at about the T-minus 4 minute mark. The clamp arm will open, and about 10 seconds after that, the strong back, the structure alongside the Falcon 9, will recline just about 2 degrees away. We've heard the call out, strong back is retracting. That starts the sequence now in the ground computer to open the arms and then recline that strong back about 2 degrees away. At liftoff, hydraulics will then pull the strong back to a position about 45 degrees away.
No, this video is not fake. Here's the live stream reaction of the live stream of
the arms
Space Falcon launch. You can open the live stream
we
on
should now be able to see that strong back retract just a couple degrees away from the launch vehicle.
The German reaction
upon liftoff, it will move back even further in order to clear the way for Falcon 9.
Live.
Looks like we can start to see that movement now.
Auch nochmal für die
This
deutschen
structure is
Zuschauer.
what is utilized to
Das ist jetzt
horizontally
im Prinzip eine
integrate
Reaction
the
auf den
vehicles
Start.
while still in the hangar, as well as transport them horizontally to the launch pad and then raise them to their vertical launch position.
Und ich habe im Prinzip nur den, genau. Ist jetzt
And
nochmal.
we've got the strong back is now. You see a little bounce there as it stops.
Stage 1 LOX load is complete.
And right on time, stage 1 LOX load is complete. We're down to just loading liquid oxygen on the second stage. That'll wrap up just after T-minus 2 minutes, at which point we'll have the million pounds of propellant on board Falcon 9 ready
Livestream
to
is no
fly.
fake. This is a reaction.
We can see the vehicle
You can see
continuing to
here's
vent
live.
some of that gaseous, or the liquid
This is
oxygen
German
that has now
reaction. I come from
vaporized.
Germany.
Dragon is in terminal count and is on internal power.
We have a live view there of the SpaceX team here at headquarters in Mission
This is not
Control on the
fake,
left-hand
Tess.
side,
It's not
as
fake.
well as the Axiom team from their own Mission Control as well on the right.
He is live on America.
Dragon SpaceX for weather.
Und
Looks like
the live channel
the
is
system has
Actionspiel.
cleared, and we're looking like we're go for launch for weather.
All right, we've heard a good news information to the crew.
Dragon copies.
We're letting them know that it appears the weather is going to avoid the area.
That is great news indeed.
Just waiting now for the call out. Liquid oxygen load complete on the second stage.
Stage 2 LOX load is complete.
Also ich muss mal meinen.
Dragon is in auto idle.
Ground gas closeouts. Expect loud venting.
Nee, Video ist no fake. Jetzt von
That venting, we're now
Live Channel and
Leading off excess pressure in the
von
strongback.
Actionspiel.
That's what's giving that large white plume as cold gas meets the warm Florida air
I'm
and
from
condenses
Germany.
the moisture.
Und es ist German Reaction
Coming
of
up
the
on
live
1 minute
stream
where the flight
in
computers will
America.
take over the sequence. Let's listen in to the launch of Falcon 9 with Dragon and the Axiom 2 crew.
FTS is armed, Falcon 9 is in startup and is now controlling. Dragon is in countdown.
Dragon, SpaceX, go for launch.
Dragon copies. Go for launch.
Also ich muss mal meins anmachen.
T-minus 30 seconds. T-minus 15. T-minus 10, 9,
9,
8,
8,
7,
7,
6,
6,
5,
5,
4,
4,
3,
3,
2,
2,
1.
1.
Engines full power. And lift off Falcon 9. Go Axiom.
Stage 1 Alpha.
Copy 1 Alpha.
Together we expand what is
Vehicle
possible
efficient
in
range.
low Earth orbit. Ad Astra and Godspeed
Stage 1
Ax-2.
propulsion Alpha.
Alter. Ich habe mir vorhin noch das Video von GP Performance angeguckt mit dem Chat, wo er bei der Bundeswehr, bei der Luftwaffe diesen Chatrumflug gemacht hat. Den habe ich schon vor ein paar Wochen geguckt. Alter, das ist aber nochmal abnormal. Tschüss. Hat die Rakete nie auch noch eine Kamera? Ey, das wäre übelst geil jetzt gerade so.
T plus 36 seconds into flight. A great view of Falcon 9 heading to space.
Power telemetry is nominal.
A
Stage
great
1
call.
throttle down.
Das ist
Power telemetry
Unnormal.
nominal. We're into the throttle bucket as the first stage is throttle down power on the Merlin engines in preparation for max Q.
Falcon 9 is supersonic.
Faster than the speed of sound as we're getting great views from the first stage camera looking back at Kennedy Space Center and Complex 39A.
Stage 1 throttle up.
Max
so
Q.
ist das. Erkennt das uns nicht. Das ist dumm.
We're out of the throttle bucket.
Stage 1 Bravo.
Copy 1 Bravo.
We're at full power, and
Alter.
that call at 1 Bravo, that's another one of those abort modes. As we get higher and faster, The logic for Dragon, should a contingency occur, changes from stage to
Wie
stage.
viel Kerosin dort bitte verbrannt wird.
Chill announcement says we're getting the turbo pump on the second stage engine cooled down in preparation for its light up, coming up in just another minute from now.
Das Feuer, Alter, ich schwöre.
Again, great views looking back, and you can see the contrail as we left 39A and the shadow of the contrail against the cloud deck around Florida. And we're coming up
Ach,
3
4
big
Piloten,
sequences
also,
and a view
okay.
live of the crew inside
Alter,
Dragon.
die Erde einfach mal von oben.
They're getting ready. We're going to get 3 events here. Main engine cutoff,
Tschüss, Alter.
stage separation,
Kommt sogar die,
and then we're going to light the second stage engine. We've heard the throttle down in preparation for stage separation.
Ah.
Nico.
2 Alpha.
Stage separation confirmed. Copy, 2 Alpha. And back ignition.
Stage 1, boost back startup.
All right, stage separation. We've lit the second stage engine. The first stage is into the boost back burn, working its way back towards Cape Canaveral.
Ey, man muss erstmal diesen Test dazu machen, also.
Who's on the left side? That's the
Tschüss,
first stage.
Alter.
Engines running as we
Hat's mir
come back to the
sämtlichen
launch site or the landing site.
Ausgesetzt.
Second stage engine nozzle is visible on the
Also
right
15
side
noch nicht mal was
as we're
dagegen.
powering the Axiom 2 crew into low Earth orbit on the way to the International Space Station.
Alter. Ich glaube, es ist
Waiting
dieses
for
Gefühl,
call out that the
dieses
boost back burn
Gefühl
is
da oben
complete.
zu haben, es muss einfach unbeschreiblich sein, weil man
Stage 1,
bis auf die
boost
Erde
back
gucken
shut down.
kann. Das ist
Right
einfach
on time.
unbeschreiblich,
First
Leute.
stage completed the first of 3 burns, heading back to the landing site.
6700 km/h,
Second stage
6800 km/h.
continuing on power and on
Tschüss.
trajectory.
Acquisition signal, Bermuda.
Alter.
We head northeast, the Bermuda ground station.
Dragon, SpaceX, trajectory nominal.
Bermuda is listening in to the vehicle
Copy,
now,
nominal trajectory.
and the crew hears the call out of a nominal trajectory. So 4 minutes into flight, everything continuing to go well. First stage heading back, and there's the crew on the second stage getting the ride into orbit to the space station.
Wie die alle nur auf diesen einen Bildschirm lunzen, das ist so geil. Oh mein Gott. Ich glaube, das Gefühl muss einfach, das muss gerade einfach, ja. Lange spiele mich jetzt übrigens nicht. Ich gucke mir die ganze Show jetzt noch bis 25 an. Und ja. Aber der Start war einfach.
Coming up, we're waiting for the next trajectory call out from the guidance officer.
Dragon, SpaceX, trajectory nominal.
Ah, love to hear those words. A nominal trajectory for Dragon.
Copy, nominal
So,
trajectory.
rechts ist.
Maybe even a little bit of excitement in the crew's voice. Commander Peggy Whitson calling back down, hearing that call out from GNC
Rechts
of a
ist das
nominal
Ding, was
trajectory.
9300 fliegt.
Left side of the
Und-
screen, you can see the first stage.
Ich glaube, die Rakete
It's now
direkt
beginning to
fliegt
orient itself so that the
2000.
engines are pointed down towards the
600.
land as we will be descending towards landing zone 1 in Cape Canaveral. The
Tschüss,
4
Alter.
titanium grid fins have all deployed. They'll help guide the
Acquisition signal.
Ich glaube, das Ding fliegt jetzt
They'll
auf die
guide the
Erde
first stage through
dazu.
once we get into the atmosphere, following
Also zumindest
the
vom Winkel her.
entry
Das andere,
burn,
ja, boah,
which will
das
be
ist aber
coming up
einfach
here in another
unbeschreiblich gerade.
couple of minutes. On the right-hand side, the second stage with the Dragon capsule on top, heading up the eastern seaboard of the U.S. We've just heard the call out of Boston. That's the New Hampshire tracking station, has picked up the signal.
Dragon, SpaceX, trajectory nominal.
GNC continuing to make those call-outs that we want to hear. Everything
Trajectory
continuing to look
nominal.
good. And the
Wollen die
crew
überhaupt
echoing
jetzt
them right
hin?
back down.
Hier steht ja Entry Bronze.
Good comms with the crew. We've been able
Und-
to bring some live video shots
Und-
from inside the capsule as they're
Dann
headed to
steht ja hier unten
space.
Landing.
And there's
Ach, die
another
gucken
view
wir noch
of the
auf diesen
crew.
Bildschirm da oben.
Stage 1, entry burn startup.
Also ich bin
And
ja auch
there
schon
we
mal öfters
heard
jetzt
that the
geflogen.
startup burn for that stage
weiß, wie
1
das
booster,
Gefühl
you can
ist.
see it there on the left-hand side of your screen, has now begun.
Aber
Stage 1 entry burn shutdown.
And
landen die
conclusion
auf
of that
dem
entry
Mond?
burn, that burn helps to slow the vehicle down as it re-enters the Earth's atmosphere. The first stage sees high drag, which scrubs roughly 70% of the velocity by the time that landing.
SpaceX, trajectory nominal.
Love to hear that call out. Everything
Nominal trajectory.
beautiful view of planet Earth coming to us from the second stage views on the right-hand
alle,
side.
die fliegen auf die
Left-hand
Erde.
side, our first view of the Space Coast once again. This booster is attempting a landing at LZ1.
Mit
Stage one,
1400 km/h.
That booster is now traveling near the speed of sound. Live view coming to you from one of our tracking cameras.
Die fliegen mit 1000 km/h auf
We
die
can see
Erde
the
zu.
grid fins actuating to help steer the booster down.
Stage 1 landing burn.
Stage 2 FTS has saved.
Standing by to
Stage 1 landing leg deploy.
there you
Stage
can
1 landing confirmed.
Alter.
You can
Also die haben
see
scheinbar
that
oben
first
nur eine
stage
Sonde
has
abgelassen
landed back at
und sind jetzt wieder
LZ1.
gelandet.
This is the
Respekt.
first time that we have performed a land landing
Respekt.
on a crew mission. Coming up next will be second engine cutoff, or SECO, and that's where after that engine
Ich mache jetzt
cuts
erstmal
off,
aus.
second
Ich
stage
danke
will
euch
coast
fürs
for a few
Vorbeischauen
minutes
und
until
auf dem und
Dragon